Hey Fox Valley, Jennifer Kinsel here, Charles Rutenberg Realty of Illinois, and I've got a tip for you on the private listing network. This is the one that Zillow doesn't know about. So this one has over 1,000 listings in it right now, and it's off the MLS. Excuse me, it's not on the MLS. It's part of the MLS, but it's the unpublished side of the MLS. So what happens on the private listing side is a lot of times homeowners are not ready to list their property actively on the market. They don't want to have to worry about showing property. They don't want a bunch of strangers, maybe with COVID, walking through. Perhaps they've got some issues they need to fix or paint or carpet. So the property might not be ready. I've had investors list on the private market, private listing side also. And sometimes they'll start the renovations on a flip and they'll say as they go, it gets more expensive. So that's one way to look at it, to put it out there as far as a potential investment property. And, you know, the easiest way to get on the private listing side is to talk to a realtor that can walk you through the process. The paperwork is pretty much the same. It's going to be active, but only brokers can see it. So it's sort of a very select pool of interested people would be calling the agent about the property. For example, I have people that in my buyer pool that I know would want to see property that needs work. That's not ready for a prime time market. Maybe the buyer has some timing issues that if they could get a deal on the side now for closing in 6 months, that would work out better. So working on a private listing deal has a lot of different variances to it than a normal active listing on the MLS. The active listings on the MLS have a huge buyer pool. You know, tens of thousands of people see the active listings, and they usually go under contract very quickly. But there's a lot of people that could walk through, a lot of showings, a lot of aggravation. Usually it gets, snapped up in a couple weeks, but if the homeowner's, not up for that, then we have option B, which is the private listing network. So you can't access it directly. It's not on Zillow. It's not on Realtor.com. It's not on any of the web portals. Sorry, it's only for realtors and buyers agents that have access to the MLS. So you need to reach out to a local agent that has that access and talk to them about getting your preferences in as far as scanning the private list. Your price range, what cities, what areas, the condition, number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms. They can all scope out a search for you for that on the private listing network side. It is a separate thing. And of course, running previews through private listing, it's going to depend on each individual home seller. Not all of them will be available to view. Some of them don't have any pictures at all. So it can be a little bit of a scramble to even get basic info on private listings because it's not really a full listing. It's not fully active. They maybe are just dipping a toe in the water and seeing if anybody's interested. But like I said, there's over 1,000 listings currently on the private listing network of the MLS, and happy to offer you all my tips and tricks to get you in the front door of those if you're interested in finding them. So let me know if I can help. Thanks.